Hi, Steve Johnson here. I'm with the Wise Realtor Group, and I wanted to take a few minutes of your time today to explain some things about Texas real estate. In Texas, we have something known as the Information About Brokerages Service Form. It's a notice that's given to everyone to let them know how real estate representation works in the state of Texas. It also tells you that realtors have to be fair to you and that they are dedicated to their client. But a client is someone who is on contract through either a listing agreement or a buyer's representation agreement. Other than that, you are prospects. Now, prospects are treated differently than clients. In the first type of representation, it's the one we're all familiar with. It's the seller's listing agreement, and that makes an agent responsible to the homeowner because they're his client. But it does another thing as well. It makes all agents in the state of Texas who do not have a buyer's representation formed with another person also an agent for that owner. So in other words, we all start out representing the owner, his price line, and trying to get the best price possible for the owner and that listing. The second type of agreement is what we call intermediary. Intermediary is I'm the listing agent, I represent the seller as the client, but I have a buyer who's come to me, wants me to represent them. Well, I can't represent both, so the best I can do is do an intermediary form, which means I'll just try to treat both people fairly, and I won't really give any advice to anybody. Not a very good way of doing business, and it's not done very often in the state of Texas anymore. The third form of representation, which is the second one that's here on the notice itself, is buyer's representation. To do that, we must form an agreement with someone that we are representing them and only them, and not the listing agent or the seller. That takes pretty much a formalized agreement to be able to get that done, and it allows us now to give you advice, tell you what to do, give you the benefit of our real estate experience, help you with the price line, and one of the main things we can do is negotiate the price from the seller's asking price down to something that a buyer wants. There is no other way to actually do that unless we are actually representing you, and to do that we have to sign something known as a buyer's representation agreement, very similar to the listing agreement that a seller gets with an agent. The thing about it is our services will be free to you because the seller's agent in his contract has agreed to pay a buyer's agent to give their experience to a buyer. And that allows us pretty much to be paid for by the seller. And yes, that does sound like it would make a conflict of interest, and there are ways to make sure that you pay directly for a buyer's agent instead of allowing the seller to do it. Not a very good idea, but we can write contracts to do that. As I say, in the state of Texas, make sure that the person you're talking to is going to be your buyer's representative and is not representing the seller in the seller's interest. And the only way you can do that is to have a buyer's representation agreement signed. I can't tell you how important that is to make sure that you get the best price possible when you're out there home shopping. I am the contract negotiator for our group. William is our showing agent and manager. My daughter is our contract coordinator. Her name is Hunter, and Amanda is our marketing director. Together we make up the Wise Realtor Group, and we'd love to be representing you in all your home transactions to make sure that you get the best deal possible and to make sure that you're not overpaying on the price of your new home. Y'all have a great day. I look forward to helping you guys out. Bye.